bold and grand concept, a telephone to the sun. Please tell us more about this idea, sir.
The telephone is made by running a wire around the top of a magnetic bar, and this machine, when charged with electricity, enables us to register the sounds which come in contact with it. We are using this immense natural bar of iron of the New Jersey mountains as the basis of our telephone. We have wound miles of wire about its top and have formed an inductive circuit in which we will have the most powerful of electric currents. We expect through it to hear the noises made on the sun, and the explosions which are supposed to be constantly going on there will, I believe, within a few weeks be heard right here. We have been working at the matter for some time and have it just about ready for testing. We have by no means reached the perfection of the telephone. Improvements are being made all the time, and the day will come when everyone will have this telephone. Long-distance telephoning is growing, and the only restriction of the possibilities of the telephone is in the sympathetic contact of the electrical wire with the rest of nature. If a single wire could be placed so high above the earth that it would not touch the mountain tops, you could whisper around the world, and you could sing a song in London and have it heard in Peking. If we could have a telephone from the earth to the sun, we could send sounds there with perfect ease, and with the phonograph were our language universal. We could make a speech here and have it recorded and reproduced in any of the great planetary bodies.
What can you tell me about the phonograph, Mr. Edison?
A large number of them are currently in use, and I believe they will eventually be used everywhere. With the phonograph, you can take a song of Paddy's from the lips of the diva and can reproduce it before an audience in all its intensity and beauty a year later and 1,000 miles away. By the kinetograph, with the aid of a stereopticon, you can throw upon a screen a picture of a dancer just as she looked and acted at the time she was dancing, and one of the great exhibitions of the future will be the reproduction of great speeches and songs in this way. You can reproduce a pantomime with the kinetograph, and you can make a barber give a man a haircut 1,000 times with the same movements and the same expressions if you can once get him before it. It is made by instantaneous photography of the man who is to be reproduced. The machine takes the man in action, and it so works that it takes 2,760 photographs every minute, or 46 pictures of him every second. The strip on which the photographs are taken is about as wide as a tape measure, but the figures are magnified through a glass. These photographs are taken on a long strip of gelatin film, and in reproducing them, they are made to revolve as fast before the eye as when they were taken. The result is the eye does not see the 46 photographs, but it sees only the one with the motions or gestures of the man.
I saw one of these machines in motion, representing a blacksmith in action, and you can see the man swing the hammer onto the anvil just as naturally as though he were in life. Another set of photographs represented a boxing match, and it was as natural as though the men were actually fighting before your eyes, and it sometimes took a dozen photographs to make a single motion.
I expect to show this machine in its perfection at the Columbian Exposition. It will probably be on the market in a short time.
As to the profits of the phonograph, do you expect this invention to pay?
The invention has not been managed as well as it should be. Mr. Lippincott of Philadelphia, the man who some time ago had the contract to manage the phonograph and graphophone, is suffering from a clot of blood on his brain. The doctors say this clot is about the weight of a gram, but however big it is, it has lost Mr. Lippincott $1 million. $1 million a gram. That's the most expensive material I've ever heard of. I don't know whether he will recover or not, but the phonograph will eventually pay, and pay well. Up next, Frank and I discuss electricity and the prospects of the electric road.